Hello, Rimworld. Welcome back to... Jeez. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Rimworld and our colony of Eden with the various denizens of the nebulous plains. In the last episode, we did a little bit more work on our base. Added the future Hexalin pump here and started work... haven't really started work on the advanced geothermal, but we have gained the quest for the terrible assembly, which will give us some plasteel, an archaeotech heart, and an orbital bombardment targeter. Realistically, all we gotta worry about is just completing this task within 28 days. Honestly, if, worst comes to worst, honestly, I don't care if it gets destroyed after that. I mean, their reputation with us lowering by fucking 10%, by 10 points, not really all that worried. They naturally go down to minus 10. So, we really don't care. They're going to stay neutral to us, even if they get down to minus 10%. Minus 10 anyways, so I'm really not all that worried about that anyhow. What I am worried about is getting a little bit more silver getting a little bit more steel. I mean, a little over 1,000 ain't nothing to scoff at. We're fine-ish. Ish being the keyword here. But that's already going to take 400 of our stuff. And honestly speaking, do we even have... Well, we do have the components, I think. Oh, no, we are short on components by 1. Okay. Well, we probably ought to go and turn these back on then, huh? Okay. But our mining is mostly done. So that's a good thing. The bad news is... I think I'm going to move the mining area out here. I don't really like that because, well... That's gonna make it very dangerous for who's ever having to be out here, which is going to be Gara. But we also need, we need more. We need more steel, and searching in the, as soon as we start doing that, we find steel. That's the exact reason we do that stuff, because as soon as we start strip mining, we find some. Ugh. Okay. But men, I am done. Okay, what do we need for basic subcore? How much do we need that? No. Well, that would explain why why she wasn't making these guys. Okay. Yep. And now she's making the basic subcore. Which means now she should work on the Mech Gestator once she's done making all the subcores. Problem is, she's getting rid of a bit too much stuff. And let's turn all the really, really power-hungry crap off. Because, we need more power. Unsurprising there. And we've got a blight on our hops. Not great. Where is our Agrahand? There we go. Well, the good news is it was the plant that actually, you know, was in between two plants that we really didn't care about. So even if it had started to spread, it wouldn't have been anything too terribly bad. So there's that at least. Okay, and let us just go and put the roofs back on everything. Okay, there. And we might as well while we got the, well, no, we won't. Our constructors are going to be busy anyways constructing this place, so yeah, we might as well not. And Min's still doing that stuff. Okay, she finally finished making the basic subcourse. Are you? Yes, you are actually making the mech gestators finally. Took you long enough. Alrighty, and once that clean sweeper is done, yep, we failed the caravan raid, which, unsurprisingly, I really wasn't planning on doing it anyways. Animal transport pod. Hippopotamus? Named Goldilocks. That is absolutely adorable. What is your wildness? There we are, 85%. Ooh, that's not super great, but that's not terrible. Eh. Ada, you busy? No, you ain't. Alright. Rescue the big girl. We stem the bleeding so she shouldn't bleed out in any real quick way. There we go. And there we go. There we go. Very good critter. Mad alpaca. Okay. Antelope, do me a solid. Get back inside. No, never mind. That's not gonna help us out. Because nobody had actually built the frickin' Okay, Min. Never mind. Actually, can they reach over there? No, they won't be able to reach. Consuming lavish meal. You ain't building that. No, no. You're gonna build a couple of traps because. No, you're gonna build a couple of traps. Okay, ship fusion reactor. So now we can actually build these shuttles. Cool. Now, if we go into the machining table, we can go down here to the make uranium fuel pods. And we can have it do it till we have... Oh, let's go with an even 400. And we'll just drop this on the floor, because that's a good thing to do for uranium. You know, just drop it on the floor as soon as you're done making it. Sure, they'll have no consequences whatsoever. Melee Frenzy. Mech. Okay. Gar's still working her butt off. Nice. And we just got our second clean sweeper done. Nice. So as soon as Min's done doing whatever the heck she's doing, yep, she's gonna go over there and grab the mech out. And the mech's immediately getting to work. Good. And Martil is busy making the uranium. Nice. Alright, so our fuel for our shuttles are going to be, well, done. Practically. Well, they are done. Oh, Oh. Yep. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Make sure you go and upgrade your stuff here whenever you add in a new mod, because otherwise nobody will take it where it needs to go. And apparently the hippopotamus decided it was going to join us. Didn't I say we only wanted 400? Yeah, we only wanted 400. Sorry, Marvtil, but you're, kind of going a little bit crazy there. I'll leave it be, though. Not half bad size steel vein, I'll give it that much. Not half bad at all. Very nice indeed. A grizzly bear is hunting Mech. There we go. There we go. Okay. Back to work, everybody. Whew. But that was bad. That was nearly bad. Don't know why the grizzly decided to come after Mech. Figured it would have been a better idea to go. It would go after one of the smaller animals, not a human. Oh well. It is what it is. Ah, excuse me. There's one thing we need to start seriously thinking about, though. And that's a good segue, actually. 3 of our colonists got the fibrous mechanites. Yep. Yeah. I mean, great for our crafters, I guess, but yeah, not great. They're gonna be sleeping a lot more. But yeah, that segues nicely into the fact that we're probably gonna want a bigger hospital, actually, and I think we're just gonna go and convert this place into our new hospital, honestly. I mean, it's big enough, more than big enough, actually. Ooh. We used up all of our marble. Oh no. I mean, we're gonna have to reinstall the turret, but that's fine. Marvtil is no longer in a flirting frenzy, and Linky is no longer inspired cooking. That's fine. Alright, cool. Working on our traps while we're working on that. That's kind of exactly what I wanted you guys to do, actually. And perfect. Getting some marble chunks, which is exactly what we need to actually build the walls for this place. Good. Good. Perfect. Now, let's see how this is going to look. Yeah, I was a little afraid of that. Okay. Get rid of that, get rid of that. And do that. Okay. Vital monitor. Boom, 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 and boom. And these will just move on over there when it comes time. But we are going to want... Yeah, we are going to want this to be here-ish. Yeah, here-ish. Turn all these off, turn these off. And we'll just focus on building it first, then we'll worry about actually, well, going beyond that. Okay, perfect. How about you focus on mining over here? Be a little bit closer to all this other stuff. And you'd basically be gaining us more steel like we were kind of wanting. Alrighty, and we got the other mech that we were looking for, the lifter. Nice. Alright, perfect. Now we've got 2 lifters and 2 cleaners, which should be enough to actually keep our base clean and tidy. Because unlike the carriers, which occasionally go and do something else, the lifters, all they are ever going to do is just go and grab stuff. And of course with Yuli also helping out with the whole hauling stuff, yeah, our base should stay nice and clean. If we ever have another, well, when another raid shows up, I shouldn't be saying if, when the next raid shows up, we shouldn't have a problem with keeping our base tidy in case we get a double fricking raid. And we just built the shuttle. And we're gonna do the heavy shuttle too. Yeah, hell, we'll probably do the super heavy shuttle too. Okay, now we go into the ship. Oh, no. We go into vehicles. Sorry, vehicles. And we have the shuttle here. Now, the personal shuttle here is, yeah, just for one singular person. It's literally, it's nothing better than just a two-way transport pod, pretty much. That's all this thing is, this personal shuttle is. It's basically just a two-way transport pod. Transport pods, of course, being from the pod launcher. These ones are basically just, you know, for one-time reinforcing stuff. But this lets you just send a colonist to a place and then send them back. This shuttle, though, this is actually going to be even better because, well, we'll just go on into it. Shuttlecraft capable of both orbital and suborbital flight, powered by uranium fuel pods. Because the design is based on miniature ship parts, this shuttle can be upgraded once the appropriate technologies have been researched. Most upgrades cost cargo space to install. This shuttle features one hardport for a turret. So, what does that all mean? basically what that means is this thing right here is a mini ship. What you're looking at right now is how it obviously looks, but it is basically a miniature ship. It will allow us to basically carry a number of people, not just a singular person, but a number of people and some cargo, which means this will allow us to go to a place, raid it, loot it, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, or just gather stuff and then bring it on back. So those derelict installations that we've been seeing pop up and then disappear, yeah, we can actually start going to those without too much trouble. Now, obviously, everybody's going to be a little bit upset, you know, to be sent out away from the colony, but that's just something that they're going to have to accept. Also, this thing can be upgraded once it's actually built to have a variety of different things, like making its cargo capacity even more so, or giving it a faster speed, faster speed to get to wherever it's going, or to allow it to carry more people, or yada yada yada, blah blah blah. You can basically customize it to make it so that you could have two different shuttles being completely different. Like, say, this one right here could be my attack shuttle, where I basically kit it out with so many weapons, armor, speed upgrades that I could just send it on over, slap the living shit out of an outpost, and then send the other one, which would be more focused towards cargo, to basically gather up all the items that this one freaking shut the heck up. Of course, you know, that's if we had the resources. We don't right now, so we're not going to be making two of them. Making one is going to be more than enough for us right now. But maybe in the future we might. But realistically, we'll probably be making the heavy shuttles before we even think about making two of the normal shuttles. Because honestly, the next one that we're making, the heavy shuttle, that one's not going to be too terribly bad. The shuttle we're currently got right here, yeah, that's going to be a decent, okay one. But the heavy shuttle is when you start actually getting some serious awesome stuff happening, because it has some serious cargo space. Obviously, you know, the upgrades that it can be made, all of them have, well, debuffs to them. Like, obviously, if you make more space for people, you have less space for random gobbledygook. And so on and so forth. Same with if you get more speed, you'll have less cargo capacity because, well, you gotta save speed. You gotta save on weight somehow. Ah, poor little boom bat. Stopped for a second. When it stopped, it was gonna fall asleep. I mean, it's gonna eventually. Yep, it stopped being Manhunter. Okay, yeah, we're about, I'd say, maybe a little under halfway done. Yeah, a little under halfway done with this, and we've barely scratched a fifth. Boar's Nomads. 7 desperate refugees are approaching. Their leader is Boar. They claim to have lost their home in a recent attack. Boar begs you permission to stay at Eden for 19 days so they can rest and regroup. In return, they offer to stay, yada yada yada. I'm gonna say no. Don't get me wrong, we probably have the space. Well, just barely not. Just barely not. But the main thing that I'm now worried about are the refugees not actually being good people. That is to say that there's a chance that the refugees that, well, come by will actually secretly be looking to attack you. And while, don't get me wrong, we could easily bitch slap them around, I don't really want to run the risk of my colonists getting hurt. Plus, honestly speaking, that's not actually the main worry that I have. Like I said, we have the Anomaly DLC, and obviously some anomalies have the ability to actually mimic being people. And, well, let's just say I don't really feel like dealing with body snatchers. That's not their actual name, and the ones that actually do that kind of crap kind of do things a little bit differently. But yeah, like I said, I don't really feel like losing any of my colonists because of some annoying crap like that. Melee Frenzy Linky. Okay. It's kind of the main reason why I keep doing surgical inspections on every new colonist that we do actually gain. I mean, technically speaking, I do the same for the Desperate Refugees, but that would be a lot of people all at once, and we haven't even actually finished our new hospital, which, honestly speaking, we can actually put more than just... Yeah, we can actually put more than just those. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. Okay, let's grab you, toss you there. And I will go and smooth the terrain. There. Not a very smart idea to have our hospital possibly next to a open area over here, especially when I'm about to, well, see if that is the case. But worst comes worst, we just basically add a couple more walls. And our hippopotamus is safe. Let's teach you how to haul. And to rescue. Actually, screw it. Let's just teach you all of it. And we've got the heavy shuttle done. And we'll move on to the super heavy shuttle. Now, we go on over to vehicles. Heavy shuttle. Well, looking at it, it's not all that terrible. Oop. 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 Whoops. Yeah, a little bit more advanced components, but honestly speaking, I'd be down with that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Hell, I'll keep the other shuttle here too. After all, I might want to turn this one into our attack shuttle and this one into our hauling shuttle. Because yeah, let's look at the heavy shuttle. A large shuttlecraft capable of both, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Because the design was based on miniature ones, it can be upgraded, yada yada yada, most upgrades. This ship features 2 hardpoints for turrets. So yeah, this thing's not bad. And this fuel capacity is how much fuel, obviously, can be stored inside of it. So it can take a maximum of 250. Whereas this one over here can only take 150. But you see here that it's actually faster. this thing is slightly faster than the bigger one. See, 20 tiles per second, whereas this one is 24 tiles per second. And that's just the base. That's without even upgrading it. Cargo for the small one is 1,000. Cargo for the big one is 2,000. So it's basically doubling. So, yeah, needless to say, not to mention the fuel consumptions, you know. I guess an extra 100 fuel consumption. But yeah, needless to say, the big one I think is more cargo carrier material than the small one. And the small one is way more fast hitter. Good work, fellas. Keep up the good work. Bulk goods trader. Alrighty. Min, where are you at? You're sleeping? That's fine. When you wake up, go trade with them. By the time you wake up, they should be within our base. Or standing within the new edifice, whatever. To each their own. You guys want to chill out in there, feel free. I won't stop you. How much time do we have left until... Oh yeah, we're way good. We got the bigger ones taken care of, the steels here. So we should be way good. Okay. Let's see here. What are we going to be getting rid of? Or I mean, what are we going to be? Well, honestly, should I just get rid of all my sheep? Honestly speaking here, the Muffalos are pretty good for everything. Everything that the sheep are good at, the Muffalos are good at. Because the Muffalos give us wool as well. Or should I even worry about that? I might not even worry about it. Yeah, I probably won't worry about it. I'll probably just hand them over all of the leathers we got. Take all their herbal medicine. Drop off all of our useless gear. And yeah, that's pretty much all that they can... Yeah. They ain't got nothing for us, do they? Take all their foodstuffs. Yeah, take all their foodstuffs and they still owe us some money. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Funniest thing, for a couple of you who don't know, back in the day, quite a few updates ago, whenever you would make a favorably trade deal like that, not like that, but you know, yeah, she's no longer inspired recruitment, which is fine. But yeah, whenever you'd make a favorable trade where you'd give them a whole bunch of stuff when they didn't have the silver for it, you could actually make allies, like, really fucking fast do that. In fact, it was kind of the way you'd kind of cheatily make allies. You could actually go and exploit the game by doing that. just basically give them a whole bunch of random crap whenever they were sold out, and you'd have a heck of an ally. Or by sending them stuff through a transport pod, stuff that's actually, good, not, waste pack pods or something like that. Because trust me, if you send a waste pack pod to somebody else, trust me, they would be very, 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 very pissed. Anyways, so yeah, you could make allies real quick by doing stuff like that, but obviously they changed that so it wasn't as easy to make allies. You still can if you actually want to. It's just you're gonna have to work really hard at it. Well, starting work on the advanced geothermal, huh? Well, somebody was, anyways. Guard no longer has the inspired planting. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Dang it, she wasn't able to get the inspiration done. I thought if anybody would be able to, it'd be her, but unfortunate. Okay, 17 days to go. We're close to halfway through. Close to. Not quite. And we've got most of the difficult stuff taken care of. The only problem is that we don't have any marble, which is kind of odd. But that can be easily sorted by just going and collecting as much marble as there is around the world. Okay, there. Now our hauler should be dragging in... Antelope has inspired creativity. Okay. But yeah, now our hauler should be hauling in a whole bunch of marble. And we've got enough components. So after Min's done with that one, yeah. Let's swap the marble and granites. And that is getting to work on the advanced component, advanced geothermal. And let's make sure, okay, yes. Good. And I will extend it just to make sure that the conduits are rebuilt if they ever get damaged for whatever reason. I doubt they will, but just in case. Alrighty, and now that thing's on, giving us a total of 75,000 as opposed to the 3,600 of the normal geothermal. So honestly speaking, about 3,900 more, right? Maybe. Yeah, 39. So yeah, not bad. Of course, this does lead the unfortunate situation where, well, we kind of want to build these, all of these. I kind of want to replace this one now, and I'm going to, unfortunately. But of course, first I gotta make sure that our power supply won't get fucked over. Quest available, massive building. We're kind of already working on something. We don't really have the blocks for any of that stuff, so honestly, unless it's super great, which, not really. Yeah, none of that's super great. Uranium now is actually kind of useful to us because, well, of the shuttles. But yeah, nope. You're gonna have to say no. Sorry about that, guys. Did you already... You must have already made the... Huh. She already burned through all the... marble. Dang. Ah. But now we can turn back on all the stuff we turned off. Because we actually have a shit ton of power now. Ice cold. Have your colonists consume 100 beers. Okay. Well, neato. And Goldilocks is actually being traded decently. Nice. Yeah, the hippopotamus isn't going to be super crazy of a weapon monster, but it's definitely not going to be terrible for a attack critter. Nothing super crazy, but also something that we're not going to say boo-hoo to. There we go. I was wondering when you guys were actually going to go and finish off the... I was wondering when you guys were actually going to finish off the walls down here. Ooh, but that is a slight problem. I am going to have to deconstruct this slate wall. Actually, I'm going to have to deconstruct that slate wall too. And that one. If I want to build these pipes. Deconstruct, deconstruct, and deconstruct. We'll rebuild them later. Yeah, but that's one thing that I'm slightly annoyed by either a update to the game or to one of the mods that I'm using. The fact that they got rid of the ability to actually build diagonally. Very, very annoying. I mean, I can understand why they did that. Because then you could just slowly start sealing up a ancient danger. Like literally sealing a bunch of whatever dangerous shit away. Still, not exactly very fun. Okay, well, we are done building this as far as we can build it. Oh, well, not quite. We apparently had a little bit of marble that we managed to find. But yeah, now we're just waiting on our haulers to bring our crafters some marble and them to basically just chunk that into blocks. And while we wait, we of course will have Jacobson go and do that stuff. And of course, once he's finished building what he needs to build, Inspired Taming Haze. Wonderful. Our actual... Well... Oh, another eclipse. Oh no, whatever are we going to do? And our gas pump is now done. Okay, so we now have our Hexlin gas pump up and flowing. You see the excess. Basically, it's just like a power network thing, only a little bit slightly more annoying to try to figure out. The first one is obviously how much is, being produced or being taken away. Obviously, if there's not a minus in front of it, you're good. And the second number is, of course, how much power is currently being stored. Just like, obviously, with how the power supplies work. So, now we have a gas thing. We should actually probably use it to, we should probably use it to actually do some stuff. Which, honestly, the best thing that we could do is to actually go and replace the more power-hungry ones like the electric smelter. Also, the gas-operated pod launchers. We should definitely make quite a few of these things, and we're going to. The real question, though, is where are we going to put these? That is the problem, because I'm probably going to want quite a few of them, and ooh, that is a very good question, Alan. Where are we going to put these pod launchers? Honestly, yeah, I'm just going to put them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go 8. Yeah, we'll go 10. Screw it. Pipe networks. Gas pipe. There we go. They should automatically come with their own, just like everything else. And we will, of course, go with a gas tank. Plural. And now we will go with a paved road. There. There. Alrighty, wonderful. And the reason I like to use the gas-operated pod launchers instead of the normal ones is mostly because in cases like this where I don't actually have boomloafs keeping around, it really just helps out, especially since honestly with it connected to the network, as soon as we launch the transport pods that these come off of, they'll automatically be refilled. Whereas obviously we'd have to go and do it by hand, or I guess technically set up a chem fuel tank and all that other jazz. Basically we'd have to set up a pipe network anyways if we wanted to make it autonomous. And since we happen to have a pump right here next to where we were already building a, advanced geothermal, no sense getting into the nitty-gritty. But there's also no sense in leaving this thing built up because, like I said, we want to build a second one of these because of how good they are. We build a second one, we won't have to worry about power ever. And so we shall. And Mech is no longer in a melee frenzy. Okay. And Yuli has gotten food poisoning. Really? Because this thing's actually been being kept really clean thanks to our clean sweepers. Huh. Well, that's fine, I guess. I kind of do think I want to just go and toss Min in here again. But, nah. Maybe not that badly. Yeah, we're making them. Set fuel target level to the maximum. And obviously, auto build transport pods, we will do that once they're all built. Ooh, actually, thinking about that now, we should actually have another line, actually. Because the transport pods are obviously going to be built, right there. So, yeah. They'll be out on the next line to actually go and start filling them up. Really, I'm surprised that they're not filling up though, honestly. Figured they probably would have. Maybe we need a storage in order for it to actually start filling them up, which makes a bit of sense. It makes a bit of sense in that regard. Set fuel level to blah. And then, of course, we set this one to the maximum as well. And now this one is... yes. There we go. Yeah, that's what we need. We need an actual storage medium. Oop, that wasn't just the pods themselves. So yeah, something to keep in mind. If you guys ever do the exact same thing, and you start wondering, why ain't my transport pods actually going and filling up? Well, it's probably because you don't actually have a gas tank or some other normal storage medium attached to the network. Once you do have the storage medium, then it'll start actually filling stuff up. Don't know why, but it is just what it is. Alright, but there. Now we will actually allow them to... Yeah, we'll allow them to auto-build. And now we have these super heavy shuttles built. And honestly speaking, I think I might actually make these capacitor arrays. These ship capacitors and the capacitor arrays are incredible. These ones are really, really fantastic. They store up to a shit ton of power, and unlike normal batteries, they have something like this circuit breaker already built in, so they don't actually zip and destroy everything. This is mostly because, well, obviously, you know, when you're out there in space, you're not going to have a freaking... easy way to get rid of fires. And if a fire happens inside inside your ship, it'll automatically start heating the place up really, really fucking fast. And if it starts heating the place up really, really fucking fast, it's gonna basically screw you over because of a random event. Okay, Learning Frenzy Jacobson. Okay. Sure, Jacobson. Learn all you can. Okay, we're on the tail end. But we should be able to just barely eke it out. Shouldn't have too much troubles, I don't think. Though, honestly speaking, looking at our block count, I might just be down with actually going and alright. Yeah, I think we're going to go and do the do. Yeah, there. That ought to do. There we go. Okay. Basically, finish off our kill box. Well, Yuli's pregnant again. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the egg didn't do shit. I just remembered that. Yeah, the egg didn't do shit. That is unfortunate. Must be some conflict with one of the various mods. Huh. That is unfortunate. Like, really, actually, truly unfortunate. Oh well. It is what it is. And we got a war merchant coming on in. Sounds wonderful. And Min, when you wake up, you go ahead and trade with them. Alrighty, and looking at things, it looks like we're actually going to be pretty dang close to being done with this thing in the next couple of days. Nice! Yeah, because now all we have to do is just the walls, a single door, and the floor. Oh, well, and 2 sarcophagi, but honestly, that's not that worrying. And heck, one of them just got finished, and one of them just got filled up anyways. So, yeah. And we made a masterwork sarcophagus. Okay. Really don't know why you guys are stepping on traps in order to build this stuff. If it was me, I'd be, you know, doing it on the outside, but, you know, that's just me. To each their own, I guess. Okay, time to start trading. Take all your herbal medicine. Take all your jerky. Sell you... said I really don't need all that stuff. Yeah, honestly, we don't need anything from you guys. I mean, I was going to take all the herbal medicine just because, you know, have it, but we have 200. And same with jerky, we really don't need it. I was just going to take it just to take it in case we need it, but no, we really don't. Okay, well, shit. Yeah, looking at things... We could sell the Tox Bomb Launcher and the Auto Pistol. I mean, we're gonna sell the Auto Pistol. I am gonna sell. Screw it. Sell most of this stuff, actually. Yeah, honestly, yeah, we'll just sell all that stuff. Most of it we don't need. Good. Okay. We're actually doing really well with our blocks. We have a crap ton of granite still. So should I shift over to... Yes, honestly, I don't need to. Callouts, yep, just another abandoned facility. Okay, well, you know what? I might just go and actually... Yeah, I'll be able to. Yeah, I can. And I will. Cool. Perfect. Bye-bye, War Merchant. Neat. Still got 11 days left, but I wish you'd be fine. Yeah, Marv Till is really, yeah, we are going to be good. We are going to be good. Even though we still got a little bit more over here to do with the marble walls, we should be good. Area revealed. Well, you know. Well, you know. Well, you know, yeah, well, you know, stuff happens, yeah, when, it happens, stuff and things, and stuff, and things. And stuff. God dang, though. Had I known this had been here, I probably wouldn't have actually bothered installing that mod to make ourselves a... Oh, well. Oh, well. Works for me. Besides, this way well, we're kind of safe. Though I wasn't entirely wrong. We did have a huge freaking open area here. Okay, we got the capacitors arrays. Nice. So, now, we could continue to go through the ship thing, but honestly, that's mostly everything that I actually wanted to do. So I think what we're actually going to do is, I think we're going to go and start looking into... Yeah, I think, honestly, we're just going to look into this stuff and see if there's anything here we actually care about. Could go with Devil Strand. That'll be okay. Nothing incredibly amazing, but, heat-resistant plant fiber? Not bad. Yeah. I guess we could do that, just to be on the safe side. That way guard doesn't try to go in. Yeah, it should still be an open area here. Oh well. I'm just gonna cut my losses, be happy, and accept this place. One thing that I won't accept, though, is the fact that, honestly, we have all the water we need, so I'm going to actually start drying up this place, honestly. There we go. I need to do that. Won't turn it on just yet, but Silo is pregnant now. Neato. Neato. So we may actually get an actual colony kid born and raised here. Just might take a bit of time. Okay. I'll leave you to do. Well, actually, once you're done with that, build the bridge. Binge party. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, let's not have that be a gathering spot. All y'all. Oh, man. There we go. There we go. There. And once this is built, probably should make another one right here, actually. Yeah, make another one right there, so they'll have to go through 3 walls to get into our base. Okay, we got our steel. Good, we were actually running low, apparently. Yeah. Funny thing, what happens when you burn through a lot of your components building stuff? Real funny what happens when you burn through all your components building stuff. Ah, Balinky is nature running. Which, actually, this is perfect. Devil Strand, okay. Alrighty, what do we want to do now? Get more guns? Especially this, apparently, anti-air turret. Oh. Yeah, we definitely want that anti-air turret. Because instead of having these things around just to deter it, but not definitely stop it, We could just use those anti-air turrets to, well, definitely stop it. Well, shit, that worked for me. Great job there, Yuli. Real great job. How trained are you? Okay, you're definitely all guard, and you're starting to learn attack. Nice. Let's have Yuli be your master, and we'll have you follow her while she's drafted. Okay. Real quick, I am going to have these be not hauled, because I would like us to continue with the whole getting our marble situation sorted, because we only got 9 more days. Ah, but we got an exotic goods trader passing by. Once you're done with that one, go use the comm console. And we will trade with the exotic goods trader. Neat. Oh. Alrighty, so let's get rid of the muskox, because honestly, since we got the muffaloes, we don't need the muskox anymore, and the longer he sticks around, the worse it's gonna be when he finally dies. Not to mention he is kind of, you know, valuable. Another thing we can get rid of is our hippopotamus, honestly. Honestly, yeah, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, don't get me wrong, hippopotamus is big, strong, awesome, but yeah, no. Let's not run the risk that it'll go crazy. And we'll be able to actually buy components from a goddamn person now. Oh, and advanced components. Ooh la la! And Neurotrum and whatever. Perfect! We'll offset what we bought so far with some chocolate. Not really, but we can at least start. Get some Glitter World medicine too on that. We could sell some tea. There, that brings it. That brings it up. Oh, death rest capacity serum. And we're back on the negative again. Ugh. Gotta get some brain wiring tech print because, well, that's going to be a good one. The Joy Wire and the Pain Stopper are very good. Mind Screw not so much, but the Joy Wire and the Pain Stopper definitely are good. Pretty sure we don't have those already. If we do, I'm wasting money. But, worst comes to worst, they'll be fine. Oh! Well, that's not good. Ooh, elephant tusks. We can finally get rid of one of those. I'll sell you 300 beer. Slate modern computer. Well, shit. Don't mind if I do. Alrighty, anything else? Oh. That wouldn't be too bad if there were anybody who brought cryo weapons, which I don't think we have that mod installed. Should we? Yeah, we'll spend the rest of the money that they're giving us on as much plasteel as they're willing to toss our way. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Could get a lot more if I was okay with... you know what? You don't need the brain wiring that much. Yeah. I'm happy with it. I'm fine with losing a little bit. Alrighty, and there's all of our crap. And the modern computer, of course, is going to be moved over... Yeah, over here. And we are going to make a... a buffalo wool armchair. There we go. Perfect. And we're finishing up with the well, we're starting to finish up with the outer wall. And we're, of course... Oh! And growth moment for Linky. Alrighty! And he must have been at the maximum. I wasn't paying attention, but he must have been damn near the maximum at least. Okay, he has reached... Yep. Alright, so he has 4 skills to increase his passion with. We shall go with... I'm gonna make shooting... I'm going to have him do intellectual. Medical for sure, because we always could use more of that. And a minor, because we don't have one of those. I mean, the best we have is Gara, but let's be honest here. Having another one sure as hell isn't going to hurt our feeling none. Okay. And... shit. Well, honestly, Cool Incline's pretty much the best one here, because the Wanderlust is going to give him a, mood debuff, and that doesn't really gel well with our ideology, which is all about, well, staying in our settlement. Bloodlust would be the next best after Wanderlust, and obviously, as it says, he's 4 times as likely to start a social fight as anybody else, which, yay. Next one after that would actually be... Well, actually, Bloodlust and Desensitized would pretty much be in the exact same category. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, Desensitized is great if you want to make sure that a person with a huge family doesn't have any super mood debuffs, but, well, unfortunately, that also, makes his certainty loss factor go much better. So yeah, the Cold Incline's the only one that's actually something I'd be okay with. Yeah. Okay. Congratulations, Linky. You're now a slightly older child. Not quite a grown-up yet, but... well, you'll get there. You'll get there. Okay. I am going to dig out this marble here just because... oh, Martel apparently is getting married with Silo. Sweet. Oh, marriage spot. There. We gotta make sure we have it in the... We gotta make sure we have it in the temple. Obviously. Can't have it anywhere else but the temple. Okay. You know what? Before you go resting, can I have you really quickly smooth that? I just noticed that, and honestly speaking, I kind of want to get the... Yeah, I kind of want to get the power situation kind of looped around here. There. We've been building way too much stuff as of recently. I haven't really gotten around to doing our smoothing. But this is really slowing us down now. Really do need to go and focus on hauling some stuff. But yeah, not too surprised that they're hauling all this steel and stuff. Yuli, I actually would rather have you haul that. And I would rather have you haul that. Thanks, guys. Actually, Yuli, once you're done with that, just continue. There. That should be enough for... That should be enough to finish off the... Oh, hey. Buffalo armchair has become... Cool. Distress signal? Yeah, we're not too worried about that. We'll think about it later once we get our shuttle actually set up. But for right now, we are just about done with our second advanced... Nope. Finish what you start, Ada. Finish what you start. Okay, and now we are good on power. Yeah, we are definitely good on power. In fact, I'm just going to deconstruct this wind turbine because I don't need this anymore. And I kind of don't want it anymore either. Once you finish building that, or delivering that stuff, deconstruct the wind turbine. Thank you. Get some components and some steel back. Perfect. Inspired recruitment mech. Okay. Another marble chunk. Another couple marble chunks. Nice. That's what we're looking for. There you go, Gara. Well done. Dang, that steel vein was actually pretty decent. Alrighty, and now Marv Till is doing the blocks. Good. Oh, and he needs to get healed up. Okay. Yep. I wonder where they disappear. Okay, and we finished making all the small sculptures that we can make. Cool. Cool, very cool. Alrighty. Gara's almost finished with cutting out all the... all of that. Good. Very good. Okay. Do. There we are. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we haven't done it yet. Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. Alright, so we got the multi-barrels done. Well, now I think we're just gonna go with... might go with the autocannon turrets, actually. Or, yeah, I think we might go with the pulse charge munitions first. Okay, pods arrived. Ah, they must just... Yep, they finished it. Okay, cool. Cool. So all of our stuff is done there. Monument's done. That's cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. As it should be, as it should be. Okay. And Yuli laid an egg. Even though, let's be fair here, that's probably not going to actually do anything, unfortunately. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. Alrighty, and they finished the outer wall. Nice. Okay. Alrighty. And now, since they finished that, we should actually completely finish our kill box. Okay. And wall lamp. Perfect. When you get up, I want you to smooth all this stuff. When you get up, I want you to come over here and mine this granite, so Mech can actually smooth that wall. Of course there would be a mad boom loaf. Why won't there be? Yeah, no, of course there would be. Okay. Actually, let's finish off the smoothing job I wanted you to do. Another genetics lab. Something we can look into later. Very good. Actually, you know what I should probably do? I should probably have all of them floors. Yeah, I should probably have all the floors anyways. Yeah, screw it, I can. There. Okay, now with that being said and done, we can first expand the home zone, obviously. Secondly, we can grab the power cords and we can move them down. Yep. And honestly, after that, yeah, now we just start moving this stuff. I had to make sure that we had everything that we needed. Oop, shoot, wrong one. There. Move these up. Build a crap ton more. Basically fill out this first entire row here as the wooden traps bonanza. Yep. 4 builders really freaking make this fast. I've said it before and I'll say it again. 4 builders make this shit go real fucking fast. Damn. Okay. Do we actually want to build 4 more? Yeah, I kind of do actually. You know what? No. We'll make these wood. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, we got plenty of slate right now, but wood's the only thing that's actually, well, renewable. So let's utilize that when we can. Let's utilize that as often as we can. Blood Moon? Yep, Blood Moon. Okay. Have this stuff be dragged off. Have this stuff also be dragged off. Because now we really don't need to worry about the marble blocks actually being that super important. Okay. Forgot we didn't smooth these. Okay. There. And there. Okay. That should do it. Royal Tribute Collector. Oh, hey. Apparently, Rin has a husband. Didn't know that. Huh. Blood Moon has ended. Neato. Oh, hey. And apparently, the guy who's actually in charge is the one who's also her husband. Neat. And no, I ain't actually picking a fight with the damn... Don't get me wrong. I might not be the type of guy who actually gives a crap about the Empire, but I'm not gonna go and start a fight with him just because, you know. Husband and all that. Okay. Not bad shooting melee. Okay, artistry. Decent social. Optimist, chemical interest. Yeah, shit. Good tame the kid. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go with a couple of paved tiles for that one. And do we want to actually go and... not really. I really don't want to burn through all my steel right here, but... actually would be a good idea. Just as a last defense. Oh, hey. Yeah, I forgot. We still got these slate embrasures. We should definitely... yeah, we should definitely solve that. There. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all. Our stuff is being upgraded, improved. Get rid of that. Alrighty. Yeah, we're actually doing fairly decently. And now we're starting to smooth stuff. Okay. Good. We should chill out for quite a while. And just let this stuff be... yeah. Animal transport pod crash. I'm not too worried. Mad Boomaloof. Of course there'd be another Mad Boomaloof. Why wouldn't there be? And the kid's about to die. Yep, of course the kid would die. No, no you don't, kid. No, no you don't. Yeah, I saw what you were trying to do there. I saw what you were trying to do. Okay. How badly are you hurt? Ada, you're our best doctor. Go tend to the kid, and then carry his ass inside. Okay. Kid should make it. Oh, did I just capture the kid? Hang on. Rescue. Capturing does not work. You can't well, I mean, you can capture them, but you'd never be able to recruit them. Wild men, you actually have to tame. I'm sure I've told you guys this before, but... oh, flash storm. And, oh, good. That's way the heck up. That's fine. Jason's no longer in a learning frenzy. Sweet. Cool. And we got the pulse charge munitions done. And honestly, I think we're gonna go with the toxin filtration. Yeah, that actually would probably help us out a lot, realistically speaking. Here. But you know, we do have that Archaeotech heart now. We do have this Archaeotech heart now. That's something that we could actually go and work on. We could actually go and get that Archaeotech heart to be, yeah, installed into... Alright, what are we looking at for in terms of... Jeez, that's a lot of crap for not a lot of space. Once again, a lot of crap for not a lot of space. Okay. How's the flash storm do? Yeah. Made a lot of fires. I really wasn't really that caring about keeping a spike trap out there anyways. Where you at? There you are. In case you're wondering, trees can be used as cover, as you guys already know, and obviously we don't want any cover in our... We don't want any cover in our, you know, kill box. And apparently the wild child is walking out the door. Keep up the work, Hayes. Oh, apparently the kid might be actually leaving the entire... Oh. Kid might actually be Oh, no, okay. I was gonna say, kid might actually be leaving the map. I was gonna say, dang, that sucks, but oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, basically we're just gonna now be growing something, and we're gonna be growing something that doesn't do anything really, but lasts a long time, and that's That's dandelions. Dandelions here last for 20 days. That's basically over an entire month. Yeah, they last for an entire month, basically. Or season, sorry. Last an entire season. And they don't give you anything, so there's nothing here for the guys to freaking go and, you know, steal once the dandelions are sown. Dandelions don't provide any cover. I mean, they're dandelions. No offense here, but if you're able to take cover behind a dandelion, I got questions. But yeah, basically this just makes sure to get rid of all these trees in here. The dandelions will make sure to keep things, yeah, nice and covered. So nothing else would be able to grow and yada 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 blah blah blah. Normally wouldn't be much of a problem if I had a roof over it, which is what I normally do, but well, since we had those cleaning problems, I really don't want to make it worse. Not that I'm all that worried. Oh, hey. Nothing's still rocking along. Oh, and this was built, so let's make one more just to be on the safe side, so nobody actually tries to break through our base this way. Actually. I want to do it here too. And that'll stop people from wanting to get through here, at least easily. They still might. I mean, sappers are weird like that, but even if they do that, yeah, it's highly unlikely. Highly unlikely they'll get through at the very least. Okay. Alright, well. Yeah, honestly. We're doing pretty alright. Should I do one here just to be on the safe side? If I do that, I really don't need to, honestly. Oh, shoot. There. Okay. We don't need to be building them just yet. Not just yet. I just noticed we had a genetic thing. Which one do we have? Genetic one? Huh. Oh, there it is. There it is, right there. Okay. I was trying to find it because I was like, I don't remember that. But yeah. Not too surprising. Okay. Yep, but we just need to chill out. Let them go and smooth all the floors. Then all the walls. Yeah, we just need to chill. Let them catch up to where we are in the base. Because we've been doing a lot of building as of lately, and yeah, we just need to chillax, relax, and just let this shit smooth on over all on its own. do a little bit more strip mining over there. Just to keep Gar busy. Ah. Yeah, feel free to go get that silver. Ah. Sneezing a bit too much. Okay, well, honestly speaking, I'd say that that's not a half bad time to end the episode, honestly. We've, didn't really do a lot this episode. Well, I say we haven't done a lot, but we did unlock a lot of good tech. And we also have our future ships here all set up. And honestly speaking, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to allow the heavy shuttle, because that's going to be our cargo and people runner, and that's kind of going to be the important one. That's the important one we're going to want to build first. Then we'll probably build the small shuttle, which will be our attack / fast response shuttle. Though that'll be for the next episode. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, do the whole YouTube thing. It really does help me out. I know I say this after every video, but it really honestly does help me out. And thank you all for those of you who do subscribe. And thank you for those who like and all that other jazz. And even if you don't, that's fine. So long as I entertain you, I'm happy. But it also would really help if you showed your support by just clicking a single button. It really does help me out. So thank you. And hey, if you do like what I'm showing you here and like listening to me talk, whether just because, you know, you pop it on your TV and while you're, you know, going and cleaning or doing something else, or if you're actually, you know, watching the video right now and seeing me wiggle my mouse around, I thank you. And hey, why don't you go check out my other videos if you want. I got a all-wheel fall playthrough that is getting close to ending, and also a new grouping called Pixelmon that I'm playing around with. So why don't you guys go ahead and head on over there and show those videos a bit of love. Well, thank you all for watching, and sayonara.